Well, welcome back to another episode of Fab Town. Today, we will be starting the video off with a
sick Bernie, a
sick
fat
nasty Benny.
sick nasty.
Bennies. We're gonna head out to the old spot and cook off a set of tires so we can get these ready for drag slicks. The only way to kill a set is to kill a set.
Is to kill it.
So we're on our way. I hope you know this thing's gonna pour smoke in here.
Yeah.
Right through there.
And all the other holes.
And all those holes back there.
There's a giant hole back there. Oh man, yeah, I forgot that.
Yep.
That's a big hole.
Okay, well, I had a pretty sick ride along with Chappy. Went and got some other stuff squared away, and we're over at the house right now, and I was going to give you a quick rundown on what's going on with the JZ car, because I did a little, troubleshooting on my own, and I probably should have filmed some of it, but I was pretty busy trying to figure it out actively. Anyone who's been following up on the channel or really keen to details will remember that we had to gap the spark plugs down pretty considerably in order to get the motor to not blow out boost when we were at the dyno. So we were having some ignition issues at the last event, or what I thought was ignition issues. So I went ahead and wired up all these LQ9 coils with the heat sinks and everything like that, and got them all wired up, and even used the chase base connector. Me and Chappy soldered and heat shrunk all this stuff. So that worked great. They built, they had good spark and good everything like that. So they ran, and the motor continued to misfire, which was really random. Started looking at a bunch of different things that it could be on these motors, and what it came down to was having to do a compression check, which I didn't want to do at all because I was totally afraid that it was going to be bad. Turns out my fears were not misplaced. We had some bad compression on the motor. Cylinder 1 was 150, cylinder 2 was 150, cylinder 3 was 100, cylinder 4 was 150, cylinder 5 was 125, and cylinder 6 was 150. From what I'm being told, I mean, these things could be anywhere from right around 160 on average, which would be a healthy motor, to, you'd probably get away with 130. And apparently they start to misfire after that, like anything below 120, 115, 110, 100 and below, they start to misfire. Still able to make boosts, it's still able to run, just not as good as it should, that's for sure. Definitely down on power. And I did kind of notice that slightly before it started missing, that it seemed a little down on power. So I'm not really sure if it was just tired or, I didn't see any signs of real bad detonation or anything like that, so I don't think it was that. I didn't hear any pinging or anything. So we still want to go drifting for the next couple months until I leave, and I was pretty desperate to find a motor. Thankfully, we have some really good friends. So between more skids putting out a post asking to help us find a motor, shout out to them. We had some friends locally that were able to help us out. So without further ado, blam! 1J, 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 1J. So big shout out to Jason Lazo. He's the guy who hooked us up with this. I can't thank him enough. He gave us a killer deal on this setup, and we're going to be sure to hook him up. We won't be using any of this, that, maybe that balancer, probably this power steering pump, probably not this intake just because I'm lazy. I'll take the whole thing off with the fuel rail. And that's about it. Maybe leave this timing belt, but kind of crunch for time, and this one looks pretty healthy. So that's bitchin'. We're gonna take that and put it in there, and take this and set it over there. But anyways, this motor's already prepped to come out. The wiring harness is all off. My bitchin' new coil pack harness is off. The exhaust is off. I mean, the intercooler and stuff was already kind of loosened up because I hit that BMW. And pretty much everything's off. Power steering's off. Fuel lines are off. I got a couple things underneath the car, which I don't have a jack over at the garage. I have it over at the shop. So that'll have to wait until I grab some stuff. I may end up taking this whole thing with the van over to the shop and doing it over there, but we're kind of pressed for space over there right now, so I'm half tempted to do it here, but I don't have any tools here either, so that might bring a whole new pain in the ass level. So I know this is kind of a short video and we really didn't get to do a whole lot, but I wanted to update you guys on where we were at, and I tend to fall behind when I don't do that. So stay tuned for 1J getting pulled, 1J getting installed, and you know, probably some fabrication. I think we may end up redoing some of this intercooler stuff, among other things, like I was talking about in the previous video. Chopping the front, tubing it out. I don't know. We'll see how much we get done. I really want to go to Villain Sportsland. They're opening up their track this weekend, and it would be so awesome to get to go. Who knows if we will or not, but we'll give it hell. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the bell. So anytime that I give you guys an update or end up making something, or even just have a quality live stream, you guys get to see it first. Thanks, guys. See you soon.